Hello everyone, Silent here and welcome back to another Bedrock Edition tutorial. Today I'll be showing you how to build a very simple, cheap, and really efficient turtle farm or scute farm in your Bedrock Edition worlds. This is a very easy thing to build and it's fairly automatic as well. Once you breed up the turtles, they will lay the eggs and everything else from there on out is fully automatic. The eggs will hatch, the turtles will go to your collection area, they will grow up, drop you some scute into your collection system, and then they will be disposed of in a very humane way. So besides a scute having a lot of different uses in a variety of different ways in Minecraft, turtles are also just a very cute mob. There's no reason you shouldn't hang out with these guys and farm them as well in your Bedrock Edition worlds. Real quick disclaimer, if you notice any lag at all in this video, like the turtles moving really slowly or blocks breaking badly or inventory lag or literally anything, that is due to me not having reliable internet at the moment. For some reason, that's making Bedrock Edition just totally be laggy. Also, I am Steve, and I do not appreciate being Steve. And let's check out this farm in detail, shall we? As you can see, we got ourselves a medium-sized platform out here in the middle of the ocean. It does need to be built in the middle of the ocean, and that way we can easily separate the baby turtles from the adults. So basically, how you use this farm is you go in here, you breed up your adult turtles using some seagrass, and then they will go ahead and lay some turtle eggs on the sand here. After a while, the turtle eggs will eventually hatch into these cute, adorable baby turtles, and then those baby turtles are going to try and pathfind towards open water. Now, because they're trying to pathfind towards open water, they're going to go right down the center hole here in the middle of the farm. Only the baby turtles will ever be able to fit through that, and that's going to make them go into this water stream. This water stream has direct access to the ocean, so that's why the baby turtles are trying to pathfind to this water. Now, of course, they're going to get pushed into our little collection area. They're never going to be able to escape this farm. And there you go, as you can see, we got ourselves some baby turtles. They get pushed along the little water stream and go directly into our collection area. We got a door here so that you can see all the cute, adorable baby turtles. If you feel like it, you can also go ahead and grow up the baby turtles in here. Each piece of seagrass will make them grow up about 10% faster, so it'll take a whole stack if you want to grow them up instantly. You don't have to do this, but as you can see as a demonstration, these guys will grow up basically instantly. They will be suffocated in the wall and their items will be dropped and then collected by the hoppers. If we go into the chest down below, as you can see, we got ourselves a bunch of scute and of course some seagrass too. In case you're wondering what the point of farming scute is or what the point of farming turtles is in general, well, basically there is only really a couple of uses for scute. Scute is the thing that you get when turtles grow up from babies to an adult. They will always drop one of these every single time a baby grows up. So basically, if you want 100 scute, you gotta grow up 100 babies, meaning that you gotta get 100 babies, meaning that you want to build yourself a farm so that you're not pulling your hair out. Scute can only be crafted into one thing, and that is a turtle shell. You'll need 5 scutes per turtle shell, of course, and of course these can also be worn as a helmet too. It's fairly stylish, and you can enchant these with all of your standard helmet enchantments for even more stylishness. Now you'll notice that these actually give you 10 seconds of water breathing, and that 10 seconds starts to count down as soon as you go underwater. So it's actually a pretty useful and really unique item. Anyway, turtle shells can also be crafted into the turtle master potions, and these are a very, very interesting potion. As you can see, they give you anywhere from slowness 4 and resistance 3 all the way up to slowness 6 and resistance 4, basically allowing you to not move at all but also survive just about anything that might happen. And of course, these can be turned into arrows as well. If you feel like making turtle master potions, I have a little tip for you. There is a much easier Bedrock exclusive way of doing this compared to the standard way of crafting them. So normally to craft tipped arrows, you would need to get yourself some dragon's breath, brew up yourself some, lingering potions of the turtle master, and then combine that with arrows in a crafting table. As you can see here, we put in the lingering potion in the center, surround it with arrows, and then you get 8 of these arrows per lingering potion, which is a very, very bad deal. Instead, what you want to do is just brew up yourself a standard potion by putting a turtle shell into a brewing stand, and then that will, of course, give you the turtle master potions. What you can then do is click on a cauldron with that potion. It will put the potion into the cauldron, give you back your bottle, and then you can click on the cauldron with just normal arrows, and that will give you 16 of these arrows per potion. So it is double as efficient as your lingering potions, and you get your bottles back, and you don't have to get Dragon's Breath, and you don't have to craft it either. Basically, cauldrons are really good. And that's basically it. If you want to be stylish, if you want to not move but be immune to anything, or if you just like cuteness or getting scutes, then this farm is for you. Bug alert for 1.16.200 plus, baby turtles are able to despawn. There's a very simple way to fix this. All you need to do is lure them using a piece of seagrass. So as you can see, if you go inside the farm here, that's why we got the little door, all you need to do is hold a piece of seagrass. All of these baby turtles will look at you. That means that they have been lured and they will no longer be able to despawn. So now you can go ahead and leave the area, leave the farm, and those guys will never despawn. If you do not lure them using a piece of seagrass, then they can despawn, wasting all of your time and making you have to start over and get more turtle eggs, breed up more baby turtles, and start from scratch, basically. Real quickly, let's go over the mechanics of how exactly this turtle farm works. Of course, we are using the turtles AI against them to separate the babies from the adults. So how we're doing that is by just basically using their inert ability to find open water. Now, open water is a rather specific thing. I'm not entirely sure the specific specificities of it. However, as you can see, these baby turtles are not pathfinding towards anything at all. If we go ahead and put ourselves a water source right there, they're not going to pathfind towards that either because they know it's not an open water. But, for example, if we go ahead and break out this block right here, they're all going to go ahead and pathfind towards that immediately because that is open ocean and it has, you know, all of this water around it. If we go ahead and put a block right here and then put a water bucket there, then they're not really going to care about it anymore because it's no longer open ocean. You can try and make yourself a giant box of water and the baby turtles still won't pathfind to that, even if it's in an ocean biome. So yeah, basically just building your turtle farm out in the middle of the ocean using some very simple water streams. You can manipulate them into thinking they're going to pathfind into an open ocean when in reality, they are not. We're tricking baby turtles on this channel now. This is our level of morality. But as you can see, this water stream is pushing them all against this block right here. However, all the turtles are still going to pathfind into the water stream, even though they can never actually access the open ocean. They're still going to try to because they are very determined, beautiful little guys. And let's hop into the tutorial, shall we? For your convenience, there's going to be a full materials list down in the description of the video. That way you know exactly what you need to build this farm. Anyway, we're going to start off out in the middle of an ocean. Pretty much any ocean will work. I would recommend not using a frozen ocean. Dealing with ice and stuff is just kind of annoying. And also, you'll probably want to build this somewhere next to a beach where turtles naturally spawn. That way you don't really have to wander super far away to get yourself some turtle eggs to start your farm with. Anyway, we're going to start off with a central 3x3 platform in the middle of the farm. We're then going to branch out from that 3x3, 5 blocks in every direction with some upper slabs. This is going to have our sand blocks on top of it, and basically you need to build up this entire platform 5 blocks in every direction from your center 3x3 and then fill that in with slabs. Once all the blocks are filled in, you should have yourself a 13x13 platform, and now we need to go ahead and put sand above all of that right there, except in your central 3x3 area that we marked out at the beginning. You don't actually need a platform of blocks at this layer, so we're going to remove those quickly and then put our platform of blocks right here at this layer, making sure to leave a 1x1 hole in the very center of the farm for your baby turtles to fall through. We're then going to put a platform of glass going all the way around the sand. This is going to prevent mob spawns inside your farm and also prevent the turtles from laying eggs on the very edge of the farm as well. If you have eggs on the edge of your farm, then your turtles can like glitch into your wall and then fall out of the farm or just get stuck there forever. It's a whole mess, so we just put a layer of glass around the edges to prevent that from happening. We're then going to put another wall of glass at this layer as well. The adult turtles are kind of glitchy and they can fall through the walls pretty easily, so we're going to make sure that we have an extra layer of glass here. Of course, you want to make sure that wall is 2 blocks tall as well. That way all the turtles stay inside your farm and they can't simply jump out. Now what we need to do is put some solid blocks around the edges of this, so place solid blocks right at the same layer as your glass, again to help keep the turtles inside your farm. And then we need another layer of blocks at this layer as well, yet again to keep those turtles inside this farm. They're very glitchy. I would also recommend putting a light source in each corner of the farm to prevent hostile mob spawns. Undead mobs like skeletons and zombies will actively try to destroy your turtle eggs, so make sure this thing is very well lit up. I would also suggest putting some ladders on the sides of the farm as well. That way you can actually, you know, get in and out of this build. And now it's time to build the underside of the farm for our turtle collection. So drop through the center one by one that you left. And now we're going to start building underneath here. You might want some water breathing, or, you know, ironically, a turtle helmet, or maybe a conduit, or just go back up for air every now and again so you don't drown terribly. We need to place ourselves 3 blocks going downwards in each of these locations right here as the beginning of our water chute, and then 4 packed ice blocks starting from the center one by one and going towards the front of the build or wherever you want your collection area to be. We're now going to build up some walls on either side of this like so. Place yourself a light emitting block underneath that final packed ice right there, and then go ahead and place in yourself a solid block and then 3 temporary blocks right here. Your collection chest is going to go right there, a hopper into the top of it, and then a hopper into the back side of it like so as well. We now need to completely surround all of these hoppers with solid blocks to keep your turtles in there, and then we need 2 more solid block layers above that to suffocate all your turtles and make them drop seagrass and just kill the adults basically. You can then go ahead and add some additional layers of glass to these layers right here, going all the way to the top of the build. Add in yourself a wooden door right here, and then also make sure there's a block above that door so that water doesn't flood the inside of your farm. We're now mostly done, but we need to add an additional layer to this box to help contain our adult turtles and also make sure that they suffocate as well. Again, the adult turtles are very glitchy. They love to glitch through blocks and escape things. So make sure you have a second layer of blocks, or maybe even a third layer of blocks if you notice some turtles are getting outside of your farm. And now it's time to remove all the water from the inside of your build. So if you have a sponge, just go ahead and place it right here on this block, and that will suck up all the water in this build. But otherwise, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and fill in some additional slabs in the ceiling to make those into full blocks. Put some full blocks right here as well, and then get yourself some temporary blocks. I'll be using red glass, and we're just going to fill in this entire area with temporary blocks to delete those water sources down in this area as well, and that should be all we need. We can now go ahead and remove all these temporary blocks, and that should just about do it. Of course, our door is waterlogged, so we'll need to remove that real quick and then place our door back as well. Remove those blocks, place in your door. Bam! It's not waterlogged anymore. Anyway, continue removing the rest of your temporary blocks, and we are good to go. This area is now completely dry. You'll then want to place yourself a couple of carpets right above your hoppers. That way the baby turtles don't fall down into this little area right here. And finally, go ahead and place yourself 1 button right at the end of your packed ice. To finish off the lower part of the build, all we need to do is swing around to the back side of our water stream, place in a block there, and then simply go ahead and remove this block to allow the water to flood all the way to the inside of the builds. The baby turtles will think that they have access to the open ocean due to the water flowing in there, but of course they're going to get pushed along and directly into your collection area. And now for the final part of the build, you need to get yourself some turtle eggs. This might take a surprising amount of time. You basically need to find yourself a couple of turtles that spawn near a beach. They will only really lay eggs on their home beach or where they spawned, so that's kind of annoying. But anyway, once you find yourself a couple turtles, click on them with seagrass, of course, they will breed up and then lay some eggs on the sand. As you can see, one of them will get bigger. That means it's ready to lay some eggs. And then once it lays an egg, of course, you can go ahead and break that with a silk touch pickaxe. Don't stand on the eggs because that's actually going to break it. But yeah, as you can see, mine that, you get yourself some turtle eggs, and now we can go place this inside the farm. Now that you have some turtle eggs, go ahead and block up the center hole of your farm. farm. That way the babies don't go into your collection area, and then you would have to start all over basically. Anyway, once you block up the center hole, go ahead and plant down your turtle eggs and wait a very, very long time for them to hatch. This can honestly take several in-game days. Anyway, once you got yourself some baby turtles, wait for them to, of course, grow up into an adult, and once you have adults, then go ahead and breed them and make them lay more eggs. Go ahead and keep on repeating that process until you have about 15, maybe 20 turtles in this upper area, and then you can go ahead and start removing the central hole, and then any new baby turtles that spawn will go into your collection area, and your farm is now active, and you will be getting a ton of scutes. The more turtles that you put into this upper area, the more scutes you will get, the faster basically. And also just make sure that you breed up these guys like often if you want to get scutes faster as well. It's a very slow process, so the more eggs you have in here at one time, the better your farm will perform. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about today's Bedrock Edition tutorial, then of course let me know in the comment section down below. I'm always trying to help you guys out as best as I possibly can. And of course, if you did enjoy today's video, then make sure to leave a like or possibly share it around with your friends so that they can enjoy it too. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I do really appreciate it. I'll see you guys down in the comment section and in the next one. And then there was silence.